He's done a lot.
Oh, I can imagine.
Hello and welcome to the 249th hour.
That's more than fair.
Yeah.
Almost. Thank you so much for joining us for our penultimate hour. You said that word. I'm going to run through a quick couple of things that we've all heard.
8, 9, 13.
So this performance, like all of the performances, is a relaxed performance, which just means we have a relaxed attitude to any sound or movement from our audience members for the benefit of anyone who may not be able to be still or silent for the duration of the piece. If at any point you do want to pop out, feel free to. You know where the bar is, you know where the water is, come back in whenever you feel up to it. I'll be over here, shout on me if you need anything. We've got some audio loop headsets, I'm going to use those as well. Lights should stay like this. I actually don't think they were out the last hour, which is pretty good going.
But you've said it now.
This is true. It's going to be dark for a lot of this hour. There will be no live bands, but there will be some music through it.
There may be fireworks outside.
It is the end, yeah.
9:30. Okay. Hello, my name is Leo. If you don't know by now, this is Adventurers Wanted. I'm the Games Master for this. This is my last hour Games Mastering. Yeah, it's been such a ride. What is this? This is a tabletop role-playing game, which means that the 5 people on my left and right play individual characters in a unique world that are not necessarily acting cooperatively right now.
It's just one guy.
I, as the Games Master, play the fantasy world that they're in. I control pretty much everything else, but in the last hour I acted more of a referee than anything else, to be honest. We interact with each other using dice to try and keep things fair, or hilariously unfair, as the case may be. In general terms, a 1 is very low and very bad, a 20 is very good, but we're at quite high levels, so you expect to hear things that will go over 20 quite a lot in this hour. So we've got a lot of backstory, 248 hours of backstory, and a lot of it is very complicated. You're coming in, if this is the first hour you're watching on the stream, hey! You're coming in not mid-season, not end season, but sort of end of season 6. That kind of feel. The characters are playing the players are playing characters who are crew members of the Spirit of the Horizon, a 16th century ship-of-the-line scientific research vessel that got flung into a brand new reality when they were trying to escape an elder god that they actually accidentally awakened. They then spent the next 2 months trying to put back together the spell to send themselves home, presumably. They cast the spell. It took the life of Relora, the captain of the ship at the time, as well as Bella, Oz, and didn't send them home. In fact, it summoned Cthulhu to them. And he started tearing stuff up. In the meantime, rewind a little bit. Relora, one time, accidentally hit Golan with, this feels like Arrested Development now, accidentally hit Golan with a prismatic spray that sent him back home. Back home was destroyed, a complete wasteland, and time was out of joint. So while the time he spent there was only about 2 weeks for these guys, it was 12 years for him. When they summoned Cthulhu, he came back with Cthulhu. He pretended to work with the ship, helped them right up until the point where he could foil their plan to kill Cthulhu, and then turned on them. And he is now trying to destroy them with his massive maul. However, Relora, in a move of compelled duel, basically has teleported them alone away from the rest of the party. Meanwhile, the orb that they are trying to destroy so that they could drop the floating city of Clafford on Cthulhu's head, like I said, end of season 6, is cracked and dangerously near to failing. We're going to jump straight back in, down on the sea level with the Spirit of the Horizon in just a few moments. But first, let's meet our players and their characters. Starting on my right, tell us your name, your character's name, and give us a little bit of backstory about them. Where'd you come? What's your name? Where'd you come from?
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora. She started off as the ship's pants later. Then that guy promoted her to commander. Then she accidentally teleported that guy to a hellish wasteland. Then she became the captain. Then she tried to get everyone back home. She died. Then she came back because of reasons. And
Reasons
she's
we'll
currently
get to.
locked in battle with that one, who she has held as a weird, creepy stepdad, an actually kind of nice stepdad, a genuinely respectable father figure, and then just like the most horrific person ever.
Yeah, the turn on that happened when he went Jack Bauer on an interrogation at one point, and
she also tried to modify his memory, and
Yeah.
it didn't work, and he didn't like it. So
soured relationship. Naomi.
I'm Brina Froddle. I'm playing Brina Froddle. I'm the head of arcane research on the Spirit of the Horizon. I'm going to try and sum up the emotional journey she's had as quickly as possible. Right. So, and I've been playing since the hour of the prologue. This has been my character the entire time. So, panicky, more panicky, depressed, depressed alcoholic, just depressed again, newfound purpose. Blind rage is where we find her now.
It's been a long month, hasn't it?
At the end there.
Yeah.
I'm Callum. I play Lorith, a wizard who is currently doing this by the seat of his pants.
Aren't we all?
Leo did most of my backstory, so allow me to go. Two friends. A stepfather and a stepdaughter. A captain and a commander. Locked in eternal conflict. Are you ready to rumble?
You have to follow that.
Yeah, we really should leave your introductions till last. My name is Eleanor, and I'm playing Skylar, who is the halfling navigator aboard the Spirit of the Horizon. And to add a little personal context to this, the first roll I ever made in this game was an insight check between Relora and the captain about the awkward tension, and I closed out that hour with, and I quote, "I'm so invested in their drama. Let's play!"
I'm so glad this is
sum
what you
up,
came back for.
so to sum up, you're ready to rumble. Skylar,
Sum up, the circle is complete.
the circle is complete.
Not yet.
Not yet. Skylar, we find you on the prow of the ship, down at the Spirit of the Horizon. On the distance is a horrific, godlike, 90-foot-tall dragon stood on its hind legs with tentacles for a beard, dark void-like eyes, and wings that are vestigial. It is surrounded by an army of... They're not even devils. You've fought and seen devils before. These are outside. They are beyond. It's coming for you. And your job as navigator right now is to work out how much time you have.
Yeah.
Roll a survival check quickly for me, with proficiency if you haven't already got that.
I don't already have
This
that.
is real clutch, everyone.
So there you are. Add 5.
Okay, cool.
You've all
Add
been here,
5
you
to
know.
that, so it'll be plus
To the
2.
side.
That's a non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. You reckon at the speed it's travelling and the distance it's at, you've got just over 15 minutes before it's in position.
Oh my god, thank God.
And is it at
However,
that
you
point
look
I
up-
feel the
Yeah. Then you turn your head, look up at Clathid. It's 5 miles in the sky, and you just think to yourself, well, if it drops early, we might be able to steer. And then the gold energy engulfs not you, but the entire ship. And suddenly, the energy is from the ship, and it sends up to Clathid in a moment. You stand stunned for about 18 seconds.
Then I draw my bow.
Then you draw your bow, and you feel a metallic taste on your mouth, and you are teleported up into a, into a 100-foot diameter room covered in crystal dome with an orb in the middle that looks cracked and flickering.
It's okay, Skylar.
Brina is there, as is a griffin that we'll come to in a moment. Lorith, you were part of the original away team. Philip sent you out as part of the original away team to try and take down this. God, it's been 15 minutes and we've not got to anything yet. You were you take one healing shot of healing from Liabilitas, which we already rolled before game, the cleric, and you have just enough time to roll a perception check for me before you are teleported back into the fray.
Can we then come to my held action, please?
Yes.
17.
17. As the gold engulfs the ship that you saw, you hear two members go, "It's her." Two members of the Marines go, "It's her. It's the spirit. It's Sammy. I told you." And then you are teleported again back up into the fray. Brina, hang on. Brina,
There's more.
you were holding your action until Golem was deparalyzed or gone. At that point, Relora hugged the paralyzed Golem and teleported out. What would you like to do?
I would like Chauncey to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Thought so.
Leo's rolling for Chauncey.
Yep.
That is a 21.
God damn it, Chauncey.
Your spell just fails, and you say that in character. Golan, when we left, it was the end of the turn, and you had just asked the commander if she would like to dance.
Yes. Do I get my attacks?
You now do.
Excellent. Do I get
Thank
all-
you for bearing with me.
Do I get all 3 of my attacks?
If you would like to use your bonus action for a third attack,
Yes, I'm still frenzied. Yeah. Reckless. Why not?
Look at him conducting.
29.
A little excited.
Yep.
Excited.
Crackers. 23.
The cheese grommet.
30.
I'd like to have a go at cutting words in the 23.
Okay, what do you say, please?
Yeah. I say we're meant to stick together because we're all we've got.
Nice.
These are meaningful things that the captain has said over the past 200 and so hours
Yeah,
to
that
Laura.
that callback is, let me see if I can work it out, 230 hours ago.
Like a long game.
I said that at the end of the morning session of the first day.
Sorry, 235 hours ago. Roll a d12,
Yeah.
cutting words.
5.
So that brings it down to 18.
No, my AC 17.
I guess
Okay,
it's about
all 3 hit, roll the
all
damage.
3 hit. And then I'll tell you what I'm saying while I'm hitting her.
This is gonna hurt.
It could.
This is going to really hurt.
okay,
That is 35. No, it's not. It's 25.
I
25 on the
was
first
going to
hit.
say, come on, Chaz.
25 on the first hit.
You're not paladin, man. Come on.
25 on the first hit. 21 on the
Oh
second.
no.
And oh god, I hate that number. And just 20 on the third.
Okay,
And
did
as
you
I'm
get...
going,
Nate.
every day for 12 years. And
And that-
then if I'm close enough to her, telepathically, who's in whose head now?
And you hear those words go across your mind. It's Chauncey's turn. Chauncey doesn't know where Mum is. Where did Mum go? Chauncey doesn't want to attack Brina. Brina's always been nice to her. Why would she attack Brina? Why is
Chauncey?
Mummy attacking Brina?
You're not there.
You're not there.
I know.
Chauncey is confused.
Does it hurt itself in confusion?
No. Good ref, though.
Thank you.
In all seriousness, the griffin is distressed and it raises an arm to attack you and then it puts it back down and it can't see where its mother is. It doesn't know what to do.
It's not my turn. I can't calm her down.
No, you can't. Skylar, it's your turn.
I immediately say, 15 minutes till Cthulhu's in possession.
Okay, there's no immediate danger.
Can you... Can you roll a wisdom saving throw, please?
Cool.
Please pass.
Oh no, that's good. That's 17.
Yeah, I have 17.
As you say the word that you said,
Is this a frightening effect?
no.
Okay.
Oh no.
As you say the word that you said, it echoes through your mind. Oh no. What was it, 17?
17.
Can you roll a d100 for me, please?
She said the C word, everyone.
That one.
It's beginning to look
Oh no, both.
like fish, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere
That's 17.
we turn.
17.
17.
No,
No,
17.
70. 70.
Oh, 70. You faint As the,
Well, it's true character.
as the word Cthulhu just goes through your mind, you can't handle it. And you're gone for a
Just-
second.
just-
You
just-
see the blackness on the side of your
Just for
vision.
extra flair, little blood dripping from the nose, from the ear, little.
Sure.
Oh God.
And as you go down, you say, "Thought you ought to know."
Yes!
Oh,
Thought you ought to
Leo.
know.
What happened at the top of my turn?
Yeah.
Can I describe the
Sorry.
effect?
Yes. Describe the effect for me. yeah.
Okay, right before I launched into you, as I said, shall we dance? You see little gaps in reality where there's like slits and it shunts slightly, and all of my wounds heal up.
Well, that's because you're creepy.
Advanced cultist.
All my wounds is that Arthur Miller play, isn't it?
I guess I remember all my wounds.
They were all of my wounds. Loreth. Loreth, it's your turn. That's really good reference.
Seeing the orb the fighter was hacking at.
Yeah, it's cracked.
How damaged does it look?
It looks damaged. It's got a massive crack down the middle of it, and a crack along the side, and the magic is flickering. Roll an Arcana check.
19.
If you were to quantify it, you would reckon it would have 21 points of vitality left.
Good to know.
Is there a way that I could perhaps help protect it or stop the magic from leaking out?
Roll another Arcana check very quickly. You're taking you more than a few seconds to think about this.
That's
Shaking. I'm shaking.
26.
26. You reckon, as you're watching it, you reckon it works off of raw weave energy. It taps straight into the weave, and if you were able to connect it back to the weave in some way, maybe by just, I don't know, pumping spells into it, then maybe you might restore its integrity.
Go.
You still have an action, but no movement.
Oh, okay. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
That's all right.
I have no idea what to do. Then I'll just.
You can spend your action panicking if you want.
Yep, I will spend. Panicking, going. Actually, I will spend what little time actually explaining to my boss.
Please.
What do you say? RP it.
The integrity is fixable, but let's not break this anymore, please.
Is it going to fall any more soon?
Nope.
Okay. Let's not fix it.
I know your game, Heathcote. It's your turn next.
Right, so from that, can I deduce that it's not going to take a whole bunch
Yeah.
when we want to drop it? Right, I would like to. She's unconscious. How far away was Cthulhu from the ship?
Leaving you there.
I have nothing to. I have no way of
Sorry,
helping
how
her.
far
I've
away
been
was
sucking
who?
in my-
She's not at
she
0
said-
hit points.
Said the word.
Yeah, out of character.
Out of character. She's not at 0 hit points. She's just unconscious.
Okay, yeah, but. Right, how far away was it?
15 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna walk
That's her.
over and slap her in the face.
Sure, roll an attack roll.
Non-lethal.
With advantage, sure.
Okay, well that's an 18 because my oh no, my strength is +0 now, so that's 19.
Ah.
And,
Yeah, you
18.
hit.
Yeah,
You hit.
it
Yeah.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning
I
damage.
said non-lethal.
Yeah. And you're awake.
Awesome.
And you see Brina
It's okay.
red in the face, desperately trying to compose herself above you.
It's okay. How far away was it? Don't say the name again.
I learned my lesson. 15 minutes.
Okay, fine. Let's keep an eye on the time, and I'm gonna just be by the orb.
Okay, Relora, back up on the surface.
Yes. Quick question. Does returned Revenant Relora still have the Knaith Mandolin? And
Yep.
the same rules still apply of casting, say, Cure Wounds with that as a bonus action?
Yes,
Is that Cure Wounds at a specific level? Or
Third.
It could be third level. Okay.
which would be 3d8 plus your charisma modifier.
Okay.
Rules.
In that case, her main action is to say, you are not dancing with the commander, the captain is here too. I cast Spirit Guardian at 8th level, and
Ooh.
the image of Sammy appears right next to him.
Oh, nice.
Does 8th level change the spell? Reese?
It's 8d8 damage, radiant.
Sounds legit.
I thought you just. I thought.
just checked
Oh,
it
you
on
just
here.
checked it. Okay, cool, fine.
It says if I cast it.
At this point, the golden teleportation magic that was creating an aura around Relora sifts itself off of her, and she goes slightly dull for a moment, and in her place it forms into a new form, a form you haven't seen for 12 years,
I'm so
a
glad you did
face that haunts your dreams. It's your captain. It's Sammy Delasson. She looks pissed.
Sammy's
I'll do my reaction later when it's my turn.
Sammy's mere presence deals 26 points of radiant damage.
So how we do that is, Sammy was a wizard. Sammy brings together her hands, and this light just pours out of them into your chest.
And as a bonus action, can I mantle in curing wounds on myself?
Thought you might do that.
Do I have to pass through the spiritual guardian to hit her, and that's more damage, right?
No, they're next to each other.
Oh, good.
But the spiritual guardian's presence will just continually damage you.
It's a concentration spell.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
sorry.
Building can't stand if you take the supports out.
Chas Redhead, master of the metaphor.
And no cab.
I should have that.
Chas Redhead, final boss.
So can I use my movement to simply move away from him?
You'd provoke an attack of opportunity. You were hugging him when you dimension doored out, and he's already hit you. You're right next to him.
Point. In that case,
I mean, you can.
I'll go for it and I'll try to cutting words it if it's low enough.
Okay, she moves away. Attack of opportunity.
Reckless.
Reckless.
Thank you.
Lauren and Hardy now.
26.
Screw it, I'll have a go at cutting words again.
What do you say?
I will have to roll
What?
very high.
What callback will you reach for this time?
Quickly review the Twitch stream.
Now I'm going to do a callback to 5 minutes ago and say, I've always suspected what the inside of your head looked like.
Yeah, I like it.
10! Yes!
That's the kind of stuff I like.
That speaks to you. Somewhere deep within your brain, the golem that you were wakes up
you know what?
for a moment.
Do you know what else I'd like to do in that time period?
Yeah.
In that split second, after I miss.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Golan, it's
I'm a
your
literal
turn.
monster.
Golan, it's your turn.
3.
This is all history.
Do you know what? I would like to attack.
Hang on, does Sammy damage him at the beginning of his turn?
Yes.
Okay, can you roll the damage for me, please?
Oh, it's the beginning of my turn again, isn't it?
So at the beginning of his turn,
She wants to roll with
Void covers some of his wounds.
First roll is 16 from 2d8.
Come on.
The next one's 7. So 7, 16.
He
21.
heals himself.
Another 8.
Oh, 23, sorry.
You heal yourself.
And another 10.
31. 41.
And then you take 41 points of force damage.
Nice. That's good. That's a good hit.
Yes, yeah, you just across your face. You're like, it's a good hit, Sammy.
Creepy.
3 reckless. Let's make the first one a Bane Strike. I haven't been doing Bane Strike a lot.
You haven't. This is your last Bane Strike of the day.
Well, I missed the second one.
Yes, you did.
Does it get expended?
You
if
lose
miss?
it. Yeah.
All right then. Last Bane
That's
Strike.
what happens
of
with
the day.
spells.
Are these separate ones that I can cut in words? As in, use it once in response to these attacks because they're not the attack of opportunity.
No, because isn't cutting words a reaction?
Yeah, but can I react
So you've used your reaction for this
For
round.
this turn. Yeah, for this
to...
round.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure cutting words would help. The first one was a 32.
God, he's got such good bedside manner, hasn't he?
I mean, it's barely even twice.
I'm
my
not
AC,
sure
so-
cutting words would help.
I'm not sure. This is the Bane Strike. by the
I
way.
know it was the Bane Strike.
Okay, here comes attack number 2. Let's just roll these all together. That is 29.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Great.
Oh! It's a lucky day. It is.
Can you roll
17.
damage on the Bane Strike for me first?
17's my OC.
Roll damage on the Bane Strike for me, please.
Oh shit, what is the Bane? Oh, yeah.
It's just extra damage. Sorry, it's no extra
There's no
damage.
extra
It's
damage.
just it's.
Let me just do that, and then we'll do the D4 now.
If it's over 21.
For the next minute, Relora, you have to -4 from your attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
From attacks.
Saving throws and skill checks.
So pretty much everything.
And in terms
Is
of
that
damage,
still with advantage if he's reckless?
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
But you take 4. It's like a raw.
Yeah.
It's a raw numbers thing.
So the first damage from that is just an even. What is that?
Massive number.
17 on the first one. Third one.
Third one. The second one.
No, the
didn't-
second one.
yeah.
Sorry. Third one is 21.
So 38, yeah.
So
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, and here comes the final one. Oh, that's the worst that could have possibly gone. That is a. Sorry, let me do maths. 25.
She's at -23. Sammy isn't a concentration spell. Does she still exist if I'm unconscious? Just double checking.
Would you like to flavour this for us, Chance?
Would you like? Yeah.
You've just knocked her out.
I've literally just knocked her out.
Yeah.
I'm unconscious, I'm on 0.
Oh no.
God. This is quite serious. I'm actually really upset about this.
You
Chaz is really
should
upset
be.
about this.
Chaz knows his part in this.
Yeah.
Come on. We've got other people in.
Every day I waited. They came at night and they hurt me.
And at this, you just see black.
And then, very quickly, another like split. Like,
All back to it. Very many hours ago.
I said, "Good God, Relora, what has this place made me?"
And that other sound is hearts breaking.
I'm not
through
going to
the
stop
room.
hitting until you're mush.
Really?
Yes.
See you in 24 hours.
See you in 24 hours.
I
Yeah.
don't know what happens at the top of my next turn.
No, neither do I. We never discussed it. I guess just as usual.
Never discuss. I'll go talk to Reese.
Okay. Chauncey.
Yeah, I was going to say it's all 3 of you. So.
At the top of this round, 8 Bayaki enter in the top of the palace,
Animal handling.
pour into the chamber, and just start wailing on you all.
For pity's sake.
Just for that, you'll get the extra one. Why not?
It's fine. Go
So
for
that's.
it. Do it.
Oh no, wait. There's not an extra one. So we'll have 3 on each of you and 2 on you.
You might die, sir.
777. I've got a 23 here. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
Does a 23 hit you?
It does.
Can you dodge or anything?
Oh.
8 damage.
Uncanny dodge.
4 damage.
Yeah.
Second one. You've got an 18.
That just hits.
Okay, all 3 of these hit then. So we've got 6 damage, 7 damage, and 2d12 plus 1, which is awful, 7 damage. There we go. Now, for Brina, very quickly. What's your AC there?
17.
17 is the highest roll I've got here.
Oh, okay, well, shield then.
Shield, so your AC is now 22. The second one, oh, that's cocked. It's a natural 20 there. Natural 19, so 1 hit and 1 critical. That's 10 damage. And then the critical will be... Oh, for heaven's sake. 17...
Well, you don't have to roll it. I can just not take the damage.
35 damage.
Total, or 45 with the 10.
Yes.
45 with the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And the second one, 22. That
alone.
is 1... Sorry, the third one has 1 hit on you for 12 damage. Now, Loreth, it's your turn, buddy. We've got a 19, a 17.
The 19 hits.
19 hits.
19 hits.
No shield. Fantastic. 17 doesn't hit.
17 does not hit. AC is 18.
Fantastic, thank you.
You have shield.
I know.
He's saving it. He cast a bunch of spells earlier.
Oh,
remember?
you did.
I have-
He has
Oh.
not had a
left.
short rest.
Oh, hun.
So you've got 11. That's 11 from the first one.
11, so that puts that to-
Got to love
There's a natural
continuity.
20.
How many spell points do I have?
You take 15, 26, 27 damage from that.
7.
And the third one is just the one hit, unfortunately. And that one is
Depends on where you're sitting.
9 damage from
9
that one.
damage.
So as they swoop in, these dog-like insect, ant-backed creatures just start wailing on all of you. There we go. Skylar, it's your turn.
Are they within melee range of me?
2 of them are.
Then I'll use my rapier.
Fantastic. Not a sneak attack.
That's fine. That is a 29.
29 definitely hits.
And that's just 8 points of damage.
Thank you.
I'd like to use my
Thank
free
you.
action to look at Brina and say, Brina, we weren't the only ones that teleported. And then I would like to hide somewhere if possible.
It's okay. It's
Where?
It happened.
I don't know, describe the room to me.
So
DM.
you've got a room full of, like, the roof is crystals. My point is that where you're stood right now, there's not much to hide behind. These 2 flying back here right on
Okay.
top of you.
Fair enough, right. I'd like to use my...
You may disengage.
Yeah, I'd like to use my kind of action to disengage then and get over to the same side of the room as Brina.
Okay, fantastic.
We were next to the orb, just. for
Loreth,
knowledge.
Alright.
you've got 3 Baki on you.
It's going to sound like a crazy question, but is there a straight line between the creatures that attack Arlie, Corner, myself, and my
You
boss?
could probably, if you lined this up right, you could probably get 3 of them in a line.
3 of them in a line?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll not do that. Seeing where they came from, I will put a blade barrier in front of that opening.
Okay, fantastic. The Loreth special.
Oh, God.
Not over-channeled, standard. What?
That's my hit points. That's my.
Okay, so
Not good.
this spinning circle of long daggers and scimitars
We're gonna be okay.
appears over this hole. Anything else, Loreth?
No, that's.
You've got a bonus action, you've
Uh,
got healing potions.
I have. Oh, I have healing potions.
Sorry, you've got 2 supreme healing potions.
Oh, I'm gonna have.
I'm sorry you didn't know about that. That's 10d4 plus 20, or if you would like to take the average, you can.
I'm a roll for
You'll
it.
roll
I'm
for
I'm
it.
a roller.
Okay. Brina, it's your turn next.
How many minutes has it been since these guys teleported up here?
It's been less
Literal
than a minute.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay,
About
Okay.
45 seconds.
I have enough spell points to do what I need to do. Okay, so is everyone near the plinth with the orb now? We're all within 10 feet of each other.
Were you over by the plinth?
I
with
was
the
by
orb?
the. I was, you were
Okay,
both by the
well,
orb.
in that case, yes.
I am going to cast Wall of Force.
Apart from Chauncey.
Oh, sorry, Chauncey. Okay, I'm going to cast Wall of Force in a 10-foot hemisphere over us, and I'm going to make sure that these guys are on my side and everything else is on the other side.
You can make that choice
Yes, I
because
can.
it's Wall of Force.
Yes, I can.
And then suddenly, this
Shimmery grey.
I got you back. This shimmery grey hemisphere appears over you, so they can fly around it.
Yeah, but they can't damage it. Unless they've got the disintegrate spell, they can't damage it.
Okay, but they can fly around it.
They can fly around it.
It's not a dome; it's a hemisphere.
No, it's a dome over us. It's like
Okay,
a hemisphere
right.
over us going to touch, like going
I
down to
see
the
what
ground.
you mean, right.
Yeah. So it's I've done it like a dome.
A
Sorry.
dome.
No, they cannot fly around it. We are encased.
Anything else?
The orb is also in there. Just want to make that clear. And I'm
Sure.
going to take a healing potion.
So, just in case you missed that, they're now within a Wall of Force dome with the Baki and Chauncey on the other side.
Sorry, Chauncey.
Relora.
I was just asking about revenant traits and stuff, but I've been told that I'm not
Plus
a
20.
revenant. and
You're
know
not.
all the things, so do I just make a death saving throw?
Sure.
Is that with a constitution modifier?
Nope.
That's just a straight roll.
Yep.
I have enough.
Straight roll.
Double,
-4.
double digits. Oh, -4.
8, so 4.
Because of Bane Strike. That is a failure.
4.
Golan!
I'll raise my maul over Relora's head and then be like,
Top of the round, all your wounds healed.
yeah.
And Sammy disappears.
Same chance you gave Sahel, Relora. And then, are there
Sorry,
any...
I couldn't hear what you were saying, just over
Sorry.
everyone else.
Same chance you gave Sahel, Relora. And he was the guy I interrogated that you wouldn't heal for me. And I walk up. Are there any Migo about immediately in the area?
Migo and Byahi.
Yes.
The Byahi are the trained dumb ones. The Migo are actually very intelligent scientists.
Right.
But there we are.
For
those of you who might have read the descriptions.
To all of the Migo Byahi who can hear me, deep speech again. To the palace, quickly, take me, I can kill them.
Okay. A Byahi down in front of you. Do you mount it?
Yes.
Okay. It flies up into the air and you are speeding towards the palace. More metal art.
This is going to be
At
real
this point,
disappointing for
Golan
you.
could be a metal art book. Just
I
him.
think we all know he's right now. He's being the doof warrior.
Yeah,
He
that's
is the
it.
Doof
I'm the Doof Warrior.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
I say, do you know what? Do you know what? Just to enhance the Doof Warrior imagery, because I've got a free action now. As I go, I'm just like recklessly blasting Eldritch blasts into the sky.
Sure, but they're coming out of your eye, right?
Ah! And then my
Back
face
in the-
drops.
Back in the palace. Chauncey misses Mum. Chauncey hopes Mum comes back. Chauncey hasn't seen Mum for a few weeks, and Chauncey would really like to spend some time with Mum when all of this is over.
Oh, good job, Brina.
Yes, this is my fault.
Chauncey is also a little bit disturbed about Mum's new eye, and really hopes that she's the same person who left her.
Wait till you find out about Mum's new boyfriend on his head.
That's
The
amazing.
Byahi can
That's
do nothing as they bounce off of the wall of force that Brina put up. Skylar, Brina, Loreth, it's your turns.
Brina, how long does this spell last?
I can cast it for 10 minutes, and then I have enough magic to cast another one and destroy that orb. So
Okay.
nothing can get through this.
Brina.
Apart from one spell.
Brina, the entire ship was glowing with the teleportation energy that's been taking us everywhere. I don't know what's happening.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I figured out what happened with the whole Sammy and Relora thing? Because I heard Sammy's voice in my head. Well, 16.
So some of the crew members down in the embassy, the pub that was established on the ship before all of this went to hell, had been talking about how they've seen ghosts on the ship. Now, normally you wouldn't pay any heed to that. You're a woman of science. But
Magic science.
magic science. In a world where ethereal planes exist. But they said specifically that this is a golden ghost. A ghost that takes the form of Sammy de Lasson. The crew's general theory is that when Sammy cast the spell, she never left the ship. And her soul became the golden teleportation magic that has been sending you guys back and forth this entire time. It's been Sammy all along.
She became the spirit of the horizon.
So
I put it in your box.
I feed this all back to you two, and I just go, I didn't want to believe it because I just didn't, but she's been here the whole time. She's been looking I heard her voice in my head. It's Sammy.
Nice bit of context for the audience. Brina was in love with Sammy.
Somebody else was.
Can I make any kind of roll to comfort her?
Just roleplay it.
Oh, Rena, I'm so... I don't even know what to say.
There's nothing to say. I should have paid more attention to it earlier on. That's why I haven't been able to figure out the whole teleportation energy thing.
Stop. You can't start blaming yourself for any of this.
Well-
The way I see it, if it's been her this whole time, then she's been taking people where they need to be.
Loreth, how do you feel about this?
Single tear.
Single-man.
Do you know, that could be one of the catchphrases of this whole show.
I know that Golan's not here, but can
Brina
Chaz
would
give you a
cry,
moment?
but she really wants to keep the spell up, so she's not gonna.
She's not thinking too hard about it yet.
No, I'm concentrating on keeping the small force up.
It's not emotional trauma, it's the fact that I'm in a lot of physical pain right now. And I'm just keeping a brave face. It's been a long day.
It has been. You know, guys. Hearing we can't go back. Not the worst thing ever. This day, though, right?
Yeah, just out of character,
On
by
that
the way.
point, Relora, can I have a death saving throw, please? Sorry,
Just
what?
out of character, by the way, I had a whole backstory for Skylar in my head. She had parents, they're gone.
Oh.
Critical success.
You're back up. You're on 1 hit point.
I can't let
Sammy
you
has
fall
left
off,
you.
I'm sorry.
And off in the distance, about 80 feet away as you look at it now, is Golan,
Do I have an action?
firing eldritch blasts wantonly out of his eye. You will have an action on your next turn. You don't have an action this
I
turn.
don't even have a bonus.
No. Your whole action is your whole turn is taken up with the death saving throw.
We're
Golan,
safe.
I'm just
Just
I'm
speeding
barreling
it.
towards
You will have time to get back there before your lord is in place.
before my lord is in place. Excellent.
Well, that's
Strike up the organ! Church is in session!
He's going to be really disappointed when he shows up. Like,
Let's stay with Relora for a moment because I presume you guys are just going to be chatting.
when the 10 minutes
Yeah.
is up, I'm going to cast it again.
That's fine,
immediately,
and
we'll
you're
smash
just
the
going to
orc.
be heading straight for them. So Relora, you've got a couple of turns here. What would you like to do? They're moving quick. They're moving
I have
back
a couple of turns.
a couple of turns. What would you like to do?
Then I want to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 8th level.
Yeah, of course. That's 8d8 plus your charisma modifier.
8d8, okay, so that's 6, that's 7, that's
12.
and that is 8, so that is 20, that is 33.
Worthwhile.
Yeah,
Not bad.
33.
Not
So
bad, not
that's
great, not bad.
34, except that is 44, and I get another turn, so that's 54.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Maths,
if I
everyone.
have
She
another-
heals too.
I want to
So
get
the golden energy is just coming across her body very
Is she
gently.
making throws for that?
No, she heals too.
Right, okay.
The golden energy is coming across
Also,
her
it's
body.
been a minute, so it won't affect her anymore. The Bane Strike won't affect her anymore.
Yeah, there you are.
I
Oh, am I not
also want to
affected?
use bonus action, expend the other spell that the Knaith Mandolin does and do another 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Absolutely. So you're just stood there curing yourself.
No, but I've got, as soon as I've done this,
Yeah, but this has
that's
been
3d8.
this has been 18 seconds, and they're in the distance now. They're in the wind.
Okay, so that's another 12 that I've got. So that's 66. Then I want to polymorph into a giant eagle and straight after
Okay.
them.
Yes, you do.
The giant eagle is
Yes, Relora.
only just faster.
What is the fastest?
Just
I
no,
can
no.
get?
That's the fastest you go. I'm just telling you the facts. The giant eagle is only just faster. They've got away so quickly that what is going to happen is this. Golan, hot on your heels, is a giant eagle glowing with golden energy.
Infestation!
Oh, okay. Sure.
One clap from the audience from the person who knows what that is.
I do need to roll for infestation.
He's
You do
doing,
need to roll
he's
for
doing
an
some
influence.
magic. I'll look it up and explain it to
No, you won't look it up. It's not in there.
Oh no, if you used a bloody...
Oh!
Crit fail. She's fine.
Okay, these bugs start just flying past you. They're only small bugs. Eagles eat bugs.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, wait. You get deep speech in a tribute to Violet. Defend me!
And the Byakees start swarming around to attack you. But you come into the palace.
Yeah.
You have about maybe 2 turns before that eagle is on you. You come into the palace, you see your 8 loyal Byakee attacking this wall of force.
Can I
which is
infestation through wall of force?
No, you can't. And you see Chauncey, who looks up at you and goes,
DM. Point of action. I had a blade barrier.
You did. Thank you very much.
Wait, surely it's a concert. It must have vanished 5 miles in the air down to the ship.
How long is it?
Hang on,
It is
he
a
cast it when he
10-minute
came back.
It is a 10-minute concentration. I've casted the same.
Before I
the
cast my
round
Wall of
before
Force.
She cast her wall.
No, it's still there, just about.
We can't cast spells out of this thing, by the way, just so you know.
Can I just add? I take it you filled Skylar in on the fact that the captain was now completely berserkle.
Oh, I will tell her now. After she's done gloating.
Yeah, good to know.
I'll do damage.
He failed. You just fly in through this, I presume. You're
Oh, Skylar,
too crazy right
Dolan is not our friend anymore.
Yeah, 62.
What? What?
Can I
What?
just...
Guys, sorry, one at a time. I understand that I was flying past a lot of people's turns.
25 points of slashing damage.
Fine, cool. 25 points of slashing damage. Skylar and Brina.
He turned and attacked me. I think that thing has got control of his mind. We're not letting him through. I'm not.
Okay, that eye creeped me out anyway.
Roll an animal handling check. Roll an animal handling check.
Natural 20.
Chansey looks at you, looks at the thing you rode in on, looks back at you. You get the impression she's not happy about your new choice of allegiance.
Yes.
And then she wanders over to start half-heartedly pecking at the wall of force.
And I'm just going to go, it's okay, Chansey, it's not going to come through anyway.
No, but you just get it.
That?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna kill
was,
that griffin.
She was ready to attack. What?
Murder that griffin.
Well, you've got one more round until the eagle's on you.
Is your heart?
One more round until the eagle.
You see this all happen, by the way.
I
Who's
am,
that?
like, as much as I love Chauncey,
He just flew in past your blade barrier and just sort of took it, hopped off. The Bayaki was shredded.
I'm dealing with, as we say, chaff.
I'm just like with my, we established before in a previous game that I always carry around pens and paper and stuff
There's
to make
only-
maths. I'm checking all my calculations feverishly just to make sure I got the time right.
yeah.
There's only one way the eagle
Technical
can get
systems
into the palace, right?
Yeah.
I would like to hold Eldritch Blast until the eagle arose.
Okay, cool.
So you're not killing Chauncey?
No, Chauncey will be punished later.
Relora, can I get an dexterity saving throw, please?
Yes. Let me just check my dex.
As you are dog fighting with Bayaki across Clafford.
+3. I don't know what it has on saving throws.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Critical fail.
Critical failure. You are somewhat waylaid by Bayaki.
Somewhat.
Somewhat waylaid by Bayaki, who will attack you now, very quickly.
Sure.
Oh dear, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't think I'm dead as an eagle.
That's it.
Okay, we're just gonna
have
say
critical still?
this times. Sorry?
Top Gun dialogue. In the
Top
top.
Gun. Talk to me, Goose. You take 50 points of assorted slashing and piercing damage as these Bayaki just tear the eagle form to
I
shreds.
immediately turn back into Allura.
How much damage carries over into Relora?
So how much damage was it?
50.
50. So that's 24. So she's on. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And you just start falling from the sky.
Why? Can I just ask a question?
Yeah?
Featherfall was one of my spells that I typically used, but it's not on this list of spells that I typically use.
Should have been.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, Featherfall.
I don't know, my apologies.
Featherfall's a reaction.
Sure, fine.
I'm just going to write it on there in a pen.
No, you're inside the palace, waiting for her to emerge. And as this tableau of tension folds out below, we shift now, we shift now to below, where a swarm of evil things has started picking off the few Thundercrest Navy ships that survived. Just by flying down. Are we that transparent? Picking them off, just killing people, and Cthulhu is unfazed. He just walks, step, wave after wave. The ship is rocked, the Spirit of the Horizon, sitting neatly in the middle of the caldera, luring the thing into the kill zone. It will be there in approximately 3 minutes. It is wading through the Thundercrest Isles, and very faintly on the wind, the last thing we hear before we cut to black for this episode is screams from the people on Luness, from the people on Silver Peak, from the people in Greenglade, who are all seeing this thing walk into their lives. And that is where we're going to leave this hour of Adventurous Wanted. And it was my final solo hour as well, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Let's hand back over to Kat to do our outro.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for joining us for this hour. Is anyone leaving right now?
Hell no.
I didn't think so. Yay!
So let's hang out, guys.
You all know how it works,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to bother. We've got 1 hour left, so I'm going to quickly pause this, reset, and hopefully someone will come and join us.
Fantastic.
Stu steps in and goes, sorry guys, you cancelled.
Thank you very much, guys. Once again, thanks for staying and watching, and thanks for playing. It's